Hey guys, it's me, Rena from Snailworks Crochet, and today I want to do a year in review of some sorts of all of the crochet items I have made in the year 2024. I'm filming this from my sister's place right now because I am in Houston, but I went through my Instagram and some of my photos and compiled all the things that I have made into like a nice little PowerPoint. And I'm realizing that I'm not very good at showing off a PowerPoint. So I think I'm going to talk about what I've made, share a photo somewhere in this video, probably here maybe, and just talk a little bit about it, link the pattern in the description below when applicable. And yeah, let's get started. I was debating if I wanted to do this, chronologically, or if I wanted to do this by category, but I think I might want to do this categorically instead. It might be easier on myself. So let's start with some accessories. I've made quite a few accessories. So one of the things I've made a lot of are bandanas and scrunchies. So I have a lot of bandanas. I first used the Granny Stitch bandana tutorial from Passionate Kelsey. I've made them in a variety of patterns and a variety of different colors, different yarns. Most of them are kind of a mixture of the standard Granny Stitch bandana with picot edging, or they're a solid bandana. But along the way, I kind of developed my own pattern of bandana, and you can actually find that on my Etsy store when I eventually put the listing back up. Maybe I can share a tutorial of how I do it. It's essentially a solid bandana where every other row is like, you skip a space. That's my bandana. That's my pattern per se. Very simple, very easy. Part of me wants to release a pattern, but I think I'm better off, if I were to release a pattern, I'm better off doing it for free. I have also made a lot of scrunchies. Most of these scrunchies are, you can also find scrunchies for sale on my Etsy shop, but most of them are using the velvet scrunchie pattern from Passionate Kelsey, mainly because they're very pretty scrunchies. They're quick and easy to make, and I like making them. I've also made my fair share of water bottle holders. I haven't found a pattern that I'm like absolutely in love with at this moment, but I've made two, and so far they have served me quite well, especially at Ren Fair. I also made a sprout. This was just a free pattern I found online somewhere. I have made a bag out of the Red Heart All-in-One Granny Square yarn, and then I asked my friend to line it. It's not perfect in my opinion, but I basically use this bag to carry on crochet with me. I also have made a number of Granny Stitch bucket hats. Some I made with Lily Sugar and Cream yarn. This one pictured here, I used the Paintbox Aran cotton, but it's a little floppy for my liking, but the idea I have there is really good, so I like that. I also made a ribbed checkered cat ear beanie. I also made a regular ribbed cat ear beanie, but I don't have a photo of that. But yes, I have made a checkered ribbed cat ear beanie. I created this myself. I'm considering making a pattern of this, but we'll see. And I also knit a hat too. This was the hat I knit in my Crocheter Tries to Knit video. If you like it, if you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't, that's okay. And last but not least, for accessories, I have made this tote bag for my friend. It's the Ransom Tote by Aiden Wealth Crochet. I made it for my friend for her birthday, and I think it came out nicely. Now for Amigurumi, I want to share a couple of the things I have made. Keep in mind, I don't like making Amigurumi, so it's not a lot, but I can share what I've made anyway. The first thing I made this year actually, and I'm particularly proud of it, is this rainbow dart frog. I made this for my brother-in-law and he loves it. It is a wonderful pattern by Complicated Knots, and it was really fun to do. I also made this squirrel pattern out of Paintbox cotton. It's a free pattern I found online. It's fine. So this is like a granny square owl keychain that I found on Ravelry, and I think it's cute, but I've also made a couple of other more amigurumi type keychains that I realize I don't have photographed anywhere. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it. I tried making that viral loaf cat. The first time I made it, I used a Woolies Thick and Quick yarn and it looked very sad. And then the second time I made it, I used Big Twist Posh and it looked so much better with that yarn. Last amigurumi thing I made, which I am actually quite proud of, is this shrimp pattern that I found for free on, I think, Hobie. It's by Kirby Crochets and it's a fun crochet shrimp, and the photo I have here is a little riff of the meme of, you mean to tell me a shrimp fried this rice? And I don't know, I love it so much. So one thing I'd like to mention that I wasn't entirely sure where to put this, but I think for about a week I had this idea where I wanted to try making little Christmas stocking ornaments every single day. But once I realized that it'd take me like 2 to 3 hours to make one of these, I gave up. I was trying to use scrap yarn and using different patterns of making these Christmas stockings. So as a result, here are photos of the Christmas stockings that I tried making. I'm still gonna keep them, they're still cute, but making them every day, no thank you. Another thing I want to share that I've made this year was also this giant crochet flower. So I followed a very detailed pattern, but that pattern was using like fingering weight yarn, and I used worsted weight yarn to make this. So the resulting flower I have from this pattern is absolutely giant. And I'm actually unsure what to do with it because I kind of don't want it anymore. Now let's go into home decor. I would say home decor / tapestries, maybe. Home decor, tapestries, mandalas, we'll have this all in one category. The first thing I want to mention, and these are in no particular order by the way, I pattern tested this Hello Speech Bubble tapestry pattern by Liz Arts and Crafts. I did one in Hello and one saying guess using brat colors. I thought it was fun. Next, in my 100 subscribers video, I made a snail pattern because I am Snailworks Crochet. Why not, right? I need to figure out where to put it, but I made that, and you should also go check out that pattern in the link below. The one home decor item I made that I am incredibly proud of is my mandala wall piece that I have over my couch in my living room right now. It surprisingly didn't take as long as I expected it to. This piece has awakened my love for mandalas. I think I hated the idea of crocheting in the round. Crocheting a bucket hat in the round is a no, but crocheting a mandala in the round, yes. I don't know why, maybe because each round is a different stitch, so it stimulates something for me. I'm not entirely sure, but I like making mandalas to the point where I freehanded this mandala out of scrap yarn that I had. I'll figure out something to do with it, but I just decided to do it. Another home decor art piece thing that I have been working on is this abstract tapestry. I kind of wanted to try making my own tapestry crochet pattern. So this is the first one I made. I do need to make a couple of adjustments to it first before I want to see if I can get a pattern test for it. I have always wanted to make a tapestry pattern, but I want it to be a little bit abstract. I think it's fine, but I've gone back and made a couple of changes. And now we will be talking about wearables, which is one of my favorite things to make, but ironically, I don't actually make a lot of wearables. So the first thing I want to mention is this top-down raglan. This is the very first crochet sweater / raglan I ever made. I definitely bit off way more than I can chew for this sweater. And I'm not gonna lie, I hate this sweater so much to the point where I'm going to undo it and just turn this, repurpose the yarn for something else, because I hate it. It fits weird, it's hot. I'm sure the pattern itself is like an okay pattern, but I think it was just too ambitious for me at the time. The next thing crochet wearable I want to share is this Relax-A-Gun cardigan. This was my very first crochet wearable that I completed. And it's fine, it's easy. And I have worn it a couple of times out and about, but I think the next time, if I were to ever try this again, I would use thinner yarn. I was using Hobby Lobby, I love this cotton, for this cardigan. Not only do fluffies from that get everywhere, it's just so heavy. And it's not what I want from a cotton. So I think if I make this again, I want to do at most DK weight. I need to do something much lighter than worsted weight yarn. The next thing I made was actually this is called the bridal shrug. I wanted to make a lace shrug that could be used as a cover up for my old bridesmaid's dress. The idea is that I wanted to wear the bridesmaid's dress for my sister's wedding more than just once. So I wanted to make a shrug to go with it. That way it doesn't feel as wasteful wearing, you know, a bridesmaid's dress once. The next thing I want to show off is the check mesh tank top. I will say I definitely should have used different yarn. This one used KNC cotton, which is essentially the same thing as Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton. The pattern was my first made to measure pattern, and I highly enjoyed making it. But I think the next time I make this, I should use something from Hobie or something. Next is this shawl that I did as a pattern test. I made this shawl as a pattern test, but I don't know if the original creator is ever going to release that pattern. It's a beautiful shawl. I probably should have used a different color for the shawl because it's giving like Southwest mom vibes to me, which is not my style. It's a lovely shawl. I just have a feeling the creator's not releasing the pattern. She might have, something must have happened or something. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Next, I want to show off is the Taylor Swift cardigan that I made for my sister. I think the notes I have here is pattern well done, result is nice, never doing this again. And with a never again out of 10. Because this project in itself gave me a lot of grief. Like a lot of grief. It's really cute. It's really nicely done. If you want to make yourself a Taylor Swift folklore cardigan, you should. You should use that pattern. I crocheted, undid, restarted, undid, and restarted again like multiple times on this to the point where I'm like, I'm never doing this again. But I will say that this project has awakened a love for crochet cabling. I think the crochet cabling in this project actually made it easier for me to complete versus any other sweater. Because yeah, a sweater of double crochets would be easier, but crochet cabling just make every single row more interesting and stimulating and fun, but it was repetitive enough where I didn't have to focus all my time and attention on it either. It was definitely a really good plain project. Next is actually my absolute favorite make of this year is this vest. I love this vest. This is actually using the Granny Square all-in-one yarn, and I love this vest so much. I actually want to make more of these and sell them. I just need to optimize the vest pattern a little bit more. But once I do, I want to try selling these because I loved making this vest. The only criticism I have about this vest is that I should have made it more of a scoop neck versus a V-neck vest. But outside of that, it's kind of perfect in every way. I've actually gotten quite a few compliments on it because I've worn it a couple of times to work, and someone actually at work asked me where I bought it. And I'm genuinely proud of it. I love it so much. I want to make more. I just need to figure out how to do size grading, and once I figure that out, I'm set. And then the last make I have completed this year for clothing, and for the rest of the year actually, is my matching Christmas sweaters for me and my boyfriend. I did this crazy video where I tried to make 2 sweaters in less than 2 weeks. I did finish, but I was kind of insane for doing it. It helped that my boyfriend is skinny. That's why I completed it. If he was any bigger than me, I don't think I would have been able to finish it. With that, that is all of the projects I finished in 2024. There also are a lot of projects I didn't finish in 2024, and I might have left out a couple of other projects that I did and just completely forgot about. I think that's an appropriate amount of finished projects. Some people may have more, some people may have less, but overall, I think I did well. And with that, I will conclude my video here, and thank you for watching. Bye!